Tell me one thing about this privacy thing that happened, because with when Saif's house was burgled and when that guy came in, everybody was like, has been talking about this, about safety aspect. Do you feel safe in Mumbai? Was it safety? Was it laxity? Or was it this, lack of privacy also, that everything is under the camera eye? So what did you feel at that time?
I mean, at the time, I was just, because we got the information in bits and pieces.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand for a while what was happening. And I think now, with hindsight, I think that it was a very random incident that happened. It was a lapse in security. And there was the person, the perpetrator, the thief, didn't know which house he was in. And I think that it was dark, so he didn't even realize this attack that took place. I think it was a lapse in the building security and in the flat security, which is, of course, across the country now, people have addressed these lapses. But it's weird because my own flat was burgled, was broken into 10 years ago. And Kunal caught the thief. And so for my mother, you think these things happen to other people. Yeah. But both her children's flats in Mumbai have been broken into.
What a nightmare.
Yeah. So then we feel like, it's quite close to home, literally.
Yeah.
But and in that case also, you feel like, I mean, it was a house that I don't live in anymore. When I lived in, it was on the first floor, so easily accessible to the road. And now, of course, grills and things have been put into place even in that building. But these things, Mumbai is quite a populated city. I lived on a road also where there's a hospital and there are people constantly walking.
Yeah.
But these things tend to happen around 3 or 4 in the morning when you're probably deep asleep.
But also people know schedules, right? They know the paps are around all the time. So they know where you're leaving, what time your kid's going out,
Yes.
what time you're back.
Yes.
It's always in scrutiny, in camera scrutiny. And then I think some celebs also inviting the cameraman inside the house. Look at my room. This is the balcony. This is my bedroom. So without realizing it, it's a nice thing to do, to be leading an open life, but it also opens yourself to risk. And
absolutely,
I saw those videos later of very famous stars doing that, and I said,
my
God,
why would you want to?
Yeah.
I feel like, of course, I understand that, if we want to live in a world where you should be able to do these things and people should not take advantage of that. But as somebody who's also very open and trusting, that's me. I would probably also do something like that. But my advice has been from people close to me, especially from Kunal, is that be a little vigilant, be a little careful. Hopefully these things will not happen, but don't overexpose yourself to these things. So we, as a rule, don't really shoot at home. As a result of that, we are protective when it comes to our daughter. There's lots of things happening now in the world with AI and image replacement. We just, it makes you feel uncomfortable in many ways. And of course, when it comes to your children, you are extra protective. So even when it comes to her, my experience has been good. Even when it comes to the media or it comes to the paparazzi, they have generally in India been respectful. And if you ask them, in my experience, then they have respected that. There was an instance when I think we were by a swimming pool somewhere with Anaya, and she was very young, and there was some paps, and now of course they have long lenses and whatever. So, but he did go out and request them and said, we're swimming and whatever, can you not take pictures right now? And we will come out and pose for a picture later, and they didn't. I don't know how long that will stay.
Yeah.
But at the moment, the experience has been all right.
Would you have the same rules for your kid like your mom had, that, or your dad? No, pehle. First say no, and then don't get into films, don't do this. Would you do that?
I feel like, as I said, they never said no, but their disapproval was, for me also, my disappointment, I try very hard not to show. But like when I didn't go to a piano recital, I was like, it's so disappointing. And I shouldn't, because she's her own person and she's very young and she has to find out what she truly enjoys doing. And it should not be what I want her to do.
Yeah.
I know this in my mind, but I find it very hard.
But I love the pictures that you put out for, Rakhi
Yes.
and when you're all together.
Yeah.
It makes a very beautiful family, knock on wood. And that you celebrate all the festivals.
We do.
You're a multicultural family, multilinguistic, multi-religious, but you celebrate all the festivals together. For you, I guess it's important.
I think that that is how we grew up in a multicultural environment, and we went to an international school where we had food festivals where we were eating food from Korea to South India to Africa, all over the world, and we had friends in our class from all over the world. So even just beyond the cultures in India, we were very international in our thinking, and open to different ways of living life and different ways of practicing your faith. There was a lot of healthy respect for that. When it comes to celebrating things, we were not doing that at all until Inaya came into our lives. And then she, as a young child, wants any excuse to eat some meetha. And every festival comes with some meetha. So whether it's Eid and Sivaiya, whether it's,
Diwali
Ganpati and your Modak, she wants it all. So I suspect it's more about the desserts.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching ANI podcast with Smita Prakash.
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा.
The issue is टूटा है क्या भारत?
400 पार का मतलब ये है कि संविधान खतरे में है.
क्या हम लोग ये निर्देश देते हैं कि फला को गिरफ्तार करके जेल डाल दें?
वही तो कह रहे हैं सब.
ये बेबुनियाद निराधार आरोप.
सच्चा सुनना चाहो देखो स्मिता प्रकाश ANI. It does not lie.